do is we're going to turn to page 4 in our health book. Remember, it's this small green one. Okay, we're going to have our health book, and we're on page 4. We're going to review things from yesterday. We're talking about our joints and our skeleton system. How many bones make up our body? How many bones? The framework of our body. They're not all listed here, but there are 206. And what is the framework for your body called? What is this called? This is our skeleton. Very good. What are the tough fibers or cords that hold our bones together? Remember, we said they lock them together. L for ligaments. Lock them together, ligaments. Both start with an L. Number 4, what are the places where bones come together? When they join together, they're joining or coming together. We call them joints. Very good. And we learned about 3 different joints yesterday. Who remembers? The first one was like the door, open and close, hinge joint. The next one was our ball and socket. Remember, it goes round and round, ball and socket. And the last one was with our head. We call it a pivot joint. Very good, pivot joint. So today we're going to move into page 6, and we are going to talk a little bit more in depth about those bones some more. Do you guys know that the designer of our bones is obviously God? He designed them so well for such a purpose. Everything has a purpose. So let's go ahead and think about this purpose of the spinal cord. That spinal cord is considered our backbone. Okay, if you think about your back, all those little bitty bumps on your back, those are part of your spinal cord. Okay, they hold your back up. They are your backbone. The vertebrae are joined together by slightly movable joints in each of the vertebrae. Now, the difference between the vertebrae and the vertebra, again, I'm on page 6, okay? The vertebrae is the 33 small little bones, but each bone in that spinal cord is one vertebra. So each of the ones in here is called a vertebra, and the whole thing is called a vertebrae. Okay, so definitely note that. If you look on page 6, you can see that it is movable, that you can move, you can bend back and forth and side to side. Very important for a human's body to be able to do that. On page 7, they talk about a rib cage. Obviously, in the name is cage. It holds, it's on the outside and it holds things inside. If you didn't have a rib cage, things would be exposed that you could get hurt, such as your heart is underneath that rib cage, your lungs. If you fell and got hurt, that rib cage protects you. Also, it protects your sternum, the clavicle, and the scapula. All of those bones in here protect the inside organs from getting hurt. If you fall, most of the time you're not going to get hurt. You're not going to hurt yourself. You can hurt your bones, but it's very unlikely that you're going to hurt the inside organs underneath. The next we have is our skull. Think about the skull as the bone or the protector of your brain, okay? Your cranium, your facial bones. There's lots of bones in here, lots of bones, okay? If you look at page 7, there's a picture of your skull. That is what makes up your skull, is your facial bones, all the bones in here, your cranium. That's what makes up your skull. And on page 8, it's talking about the bones in your legs and your hands and your feet. There's lots of different bones in here. So you have in your carpals, the way I remember which one is your hands and which one is your feet, the carpals are in your hands because your hands drive the car. So here, car in carpals because you drive the car with your hands. And the tarsals are in your feet. They are not driving a car. Okay, most people don't drive their car with their feet. So that's how I remember the difference between carpals and tarsals. Carpals are in your hands because you drive a car. So I wanted to get you started on your first health worksheet. So make sure you go ahead and take that out. You are going to fill that out for part of your home classwork and homework. Make sure that is all filled out and send it to me on Google Classroom. If you have any problems, let me know. Okay, so I want you to sing along with me and put your hands where I put my hands. I'm going to try to touch the bones as close to them as I can get. So go ahead and just use your hands and singing the song, okay? Let's try it. Ready?
The skull and the scapula, the clavicle and ribs. Don't forget your sternum and your vertebrae. The pelvis, the femur, the patella is the knee. The tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Humerus, carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. Listen one more time.
You got it?